Welcome to the Tiger's Den. I am Toothless Tiger, and this is the voice of Cheryl. I'm here alone tonight. I don't have a guest. I am the guest. I haven't felt well all week. I've been having swelling in my feet, and my right foot is extremely tight. I tried my best to put behind everything that happened last week. And let me just give me a moment. Let me turn off my TV. Well, it's no sound, so it's no problem. I can leave it on. But I tried to put everything behind me that happened last week. Riding Dirty, my nephew, I love you. You didn't say anything wrong last week. I feel you. I feel you very much. What's going on between us here on these YouTube streets is very painful. We'd rather tear each other down and make a buck than to build each other up and do what we can. I know that everybody's here is probably here to see what's going on now. Well, there was a couple of recordings I wanted to play last week, and I decided not to. But we have people that are having conversations and surmising what happened and why this happened and why that happened and why I feel a certain way about this one or that one. And none of that is true. I'm just human. I'm not perfect. I promise you. But I'm fair. I'm dramatic. I'm emotional. I'm all of the above. I don't fight little fish. And I know, and my son tells me all the time, stay focused, stay in your lane. But in order for me to stay focused and to stay in my lane, I'm going to play 2 recordings. Now, some people say, damn, I might not never talk to her on the phone, and that's your prerogative, but I don't do anything without warning anybody about anything I'm going to do. My guest on last week, before I started having conversations with them after I told them that, I had contacted YouTube about those numbers because I just felt bad about the numbers. I didn't know what was going on, but I felt like something was going on. I just got monetized. I've been working pretty hard, although I only come on, twice a week, and sometimes I don't do that. But I have a schedule, and I try to meet that schedule and give my subscribers and now my members. And I haven't done a lot for you guys. I haven't done it much, but trust me, give me a moment. And I will. This has just been a tumultuous time for me, and I don't need nobody saying that the reason I have any issue with anybody is because of Armando. That's a lie. I don't have an issue with anybody because of Armando. I don't even have an issue with Armando. That's just dead. But what I have an issue with is me, knowing me. You all don't know me. I looked at a tape today, a guy that talked about me after the Kwame thing, and the way he broke it down, it to him made all the sense in the world. To me, he sounded crazy as hell. But in his mind, he want to put me in a group. I don't fit in a group. I really don't. I can work as a team, but I am really the leader of my pack. Nobody else's, nor do I pretend to be. I give you everything I have. When you see me, you really see me. When you hear me, you really hear me. Unless, of course, we disagree. Then I'm going to start screaming and hollering and talking loud. but nobody can speak for me. And if whoever you are as a content creator, if you plan on going live after my show, go live, but don't put that announcement in my chat. My chat is really mine, and I really have a very cohesive, friendly chat. Uh, I don't do no backstabbing. I ain't that girl. I tell you up front who I am. Then you can choose whether you want to be a part of me or not. And that's the way I prefer people to do me. Then we can choose. We all have good days and we have bad days. But the reason I decided to go ahead and play these two takes, because when I was breaking down what happened before, I said that we spoke on the 30th, but I couldn't find it in my call log. But I know that we spoke that day because that was a Saturday. And that's when the individual told me that they had received their email saying that they were cleared. And that was before Sunday, which is the day that I asked them to send me a copy of the email. Now, when you hear me talking Sunday, I'm going to be real upset. So you're going to hear me talking my real voice, my real anger, how I really, really, really feel when I'm talking to somebody that I'm in disagreement with. I make no apologies for me. It's just that you don't know me, so you all see me as Sweet Annie, and I'm Sweet Annie, but I'm also me. And anyone that knows me can tell you this is truly who I am. I am no respecter of persons. I treat everybody, I try to, the same based on who they are. The same is for me to be the same person with you. But I meet you wherever you are. That's the way I treat people. I want to greet everybody, and especially my members. Abby A, I love you, and I don't see him, but whenever he comes, we got that. Nafai, I'm glad you're here. I saw my niece, Mrs. Magi. Maria, beautiful niece, Maria S. I'm glad you're here. There she is, Mrs. Magi. Pootie Tang, I like that name. My nephew, Jerome Biggums. But I just thought it's only fair for me and for you guys to lay this shit to rest. And if people want to keep talking about it, then hey, I ain't got nothing to do with that. It's really over for me that day, but I heard that I was called a dope fiend and alcoholic and a drunk. I'm none of that. I don't do drugs. Never have. I take a whole lot of goddamn medicine though, but I don't do drugs. I love the drug addicts. I was an enabler, and you can be both, but I wasn't. I drink occasionally. I like Lambrusco by Reuniti. That's a wine. Tanae, my beautiful niece, hello. Prime time, too, my nephew. Shay Vita, good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Ernest Jones, salute. Glad to have you. Riding dirty, you know, you my nephew. And I love you, and you didn't say anything wrong. The only thing I would say about building, I think the reason why everybody was talking about building last year because the person was put in a box. Because they didn't come on YouTube to build, but we all flocked to the message. And so we as a people under the animal husbandry of the colonialism, we all just gravitate to that and look for a leader. And some people felt like this person was the next Messiah, or even Martin Luther King or Malcolm X. I don't know where they got any of that from, but we all felt what we felt because I was very endeared to the person. And I can understand how people can feel whatever they feel. I'm not against that. But that was never the object of the person that came. I think we kind of pushed them into the shoe drive, and then, you know, we were complacent because we were happy that took place. It was supposed to take place again in December. Rashida, salute. Glad you're here. You know, Phyllis, salute. Glad you're here. A Random Podcast. Salute. Glad you're here. Retro 813. Glad you're here. My beautiful L All Smiles. Glad you're here. I just want to make sure I catch everybody. There you are. I got to get you on this other one. So let me get over here. Brian Black, my nephew. Glad you're here. So I think that we all just got caught up because we was very happy, and as a people, we are always looking for somebody to lead us as opposed to us being the leader in our households. And let me put some respect on this. Y'all know I'm working 2 screens. Oh, that's my beautiful niece, Maria. Yes, thank you, Maria. I got 5 on the challenge. Anybody want to put 5 on the challenge? Help yourself. You want to give more? Help yourself. You don't want to give anything? Don't feel bad. I'm all right. But I want to do this right quick before I get started because I just saw the name. Wilma, my producer, glad you're here. My beautiful Miss Chan, glad you're here. Exoel, I hope I said your name right. Glad you're here. I really don't know the real significance of the wrench. A lot of people tell me that, to some people it means everything. To me, it means, not much. But I do understand the power of it and, what it can do. Thick cut, glad you're here. And what it can do, if you abuse it. And I ask you not to abuse it, but if anybody that you see in here that you think that, or you don't like what they said, not just you got a personal vendetta, but for real, if you don't like what they said or what they're doing, you have my permission to do what you do. There's nothing that you have to do. You're not at work. If you don't make it to one of the lives, it's going to be okay. I just want you to feel comfortable here because after this day, and I play these 2, and this is truly, again, for me, and Sunday, we will go back to who we were before we were called slaves. And I will go back to what I came on here for, sharing me and being happy about doing it. I haven't felt too happy in a lot of the chats lately. Everybody seems like they want to tear somebody down or get somebody back. I'm not into none of that. But I am into defending me at all costs. And believe me, I defend me very well. And so I have congested heart failure, and it's really not good for my feet to be as big as they are. And they're extremely large right now. And so I've been trying to watch my intake of my liquids. Divide and conquer. Salute. That's what they do to us every time. Thank you for that super chat. And I need to do that. I'm learning, now that I have the super chat, how we showcase it and, shout you out and everything. My members, I hope you don't feel neglected because I've only put the little video out. But believe me, after going through all of this, I just haven't been me. And I can't type, so I pick everything. So I haven't responded to everybody that has commented. But please keep commenting. If you would, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. I'm very, very happy because I've gotten a few new subscribers, and so that makes me glad. But if you would do that, and then if you're not a member, consider being a member. That is a way that you can support me and the channel. Sometimes you may not have it to give, and it may be one of the best things I ever said, and you really want to bless me with something. Well, this is the way you can. I have the $3.99, the $9.99, and the $24.99. And some people say, well, why is that you chose those prices? I think that we should know our worth. And of course, you cannot put a price limit on life, but you can put a price limit on your talent. And you can always go up or you can always go down. But I like for you to meet me like I meet you, and that's where I am. And so that's why I chose those. I don't really like the Discord. I don't like the getting together because sometimes that's where it's kind of like in school and when we were young girls, how they used to get on the three-way, and one don't know the other one is on the phone, and they talking about them, and then they it's a lot of shit, and I don't really like shit. I really don't. So, but I do know that I am going to add a Discord, because I don't think that I should hold back from you guys what you all would probably want to do, because everybody is adult and everybody ain't gonna talk shit. Some people just want to talk and get to know each other better. Salute. Thank you. Thick Cut said challenge accepted. Also, I have I don't know if everybody know Andre O.D. Campbell. It's Kimball actually, but I always call him O.D. the Great. He took the song that I sang for Justice for CJ, and he made it a song, and he honored me and made me a part owner of the song. And so I have it out on Spotify, on iTunes, and I have the link that I'm going to put in. I just fixed this to come on 5 minutes before I came on, because I've been trying to let my foot go down some, but it was throbbing so bad, but it feels a lot better, but it didn't go down a lot, but it is down. So I'm going to ask you guys to stream it. If you like, you can even buy it, but you don't have to buy it. You can just play it. But what I want to do is, when I told you guys that that Saturday when we talked, the person that I interviewed last week, when we talked and they said they were cleared, and I asked them to just go forward and leave this alone, and they said that they would, but then they left that conversation and went that night and had the conversation with TY and talked as if, if something did happen, that I could have been aware of it. And that was the implication. And I didn't like that implication. I really am transparent, and I don't have to say that a million goddamn times. You should know that by who I am and who I have displayed myself to be over this year that you've seen me whenever I come on. So I decided that I'm not going to rest, because, if something happened with me and somebody and I feel it necessary to address it, I can't rest until I do. Some shit I don't feel it necessary to address, because I know if I haven't done anything, then I really don't care how a person feels. But if people are putting my name, and all I have is my name and my word, and my mom and dad taught me that, and I had two beautiful parents. They gave us all that they had. And, they came up in the Jim Crow era. So they were not the most nurturing people, like we see parents today. When they greet their kids, they hug and kiss. And some parents older than my parents did that, but they didn't do that in our household. But we knew we were loved by the wisdom and the teaching that they gave us. But, I hate that everybody likes drama and bullshit, and that's the only way some people will come and visit the room. And that's fine. I hate it, but it's fine. But the name of this show is Let's Give Them Something to Talk About. This is a conversation that I had, and when I first started speaking with that person on the phone, I told them I know that people out here on YouTube record conversations and all that shit, but I didn't merit our first conversation as recordable. I told them I don't record conversations unless I find it necessary. So when this happened to me the day after, he did not share with me that he was being investigated. He shared it first on a video. That's how I found that out. And I was a little taken aback. And when I talked with him and asked him why he didn't share it, he said, well, some things he just can't share because, how some people are. And I don't know what that means. Salute Overthoughts, because I've never shown myself to be nothing but one way. And that's honorable. Ernest Beelin, salute. So I'm hoping you guys are going to be able to hear this, because we're going to interview him again. And this time, this interview is the Saturday morning when he called me to tell me that he had been vindicated. And you can Hear it for yourself. This is fair use. This is my conversation. I live in the state of Texas. He lives in the state of Texas. It's one-way recording. But I had forewarned him that I do not record conversations unless they are necessary. And I'm the person who deemed them to be necessary. So I'm going to play my conversation and under fair use for criticism, critique, and education. Remember, these are the things I'm teaching people in case your channel gets taken over like mine was on last Tuesday, 1 week ago today. What you want to make sure you do immediately, unlist the video or privatize the video. And then you contact YouTube through the help center and you talk to them. You have a choice through a chat. You can chat and they're open 24/7. So that means 7 days a week. They're open 24 hours a day to chat with you, and you chat with a human being. I was fortunate enough to get Joe, very nice guy. And then they will send you your transcript, everything that y'all chatted, and then they'll send you links to tell you how to read your statistics. He did something with the computer. It took him 10 minutes. He asked for 5 minutes, and then he asked for the additional 5 minutes. So I don't know what all of that was about. And after that, then you get an opportunity to check after 24 to 72 hours. You can check and your numbers will be whatever, I guess, that's there. For me, those numbers changed like overnight after I had spoke with the gentleman to let him know that I had filed a complaint with YouTube because I just couldn't believe in those numbers and I don't know what's going on. I never accused the person of anything. And of course, like I said, you're going to hear me. You're going to hear me. And so hopefully, it won't make anybody say, damn, I don't want to be in her group. But if it does, it's fine because I'm going to be me at all times. I don't compromise me for nobody. I will not do it. Okay. Thank you, Jewel. Salute. Thank you so very much. Jewel, 512. Beautiful. Okay, now, y'all, if y'all can't hear me, then, producer, I know you're going to come and let me know. So let me know. But here we go. This is the conversation on the 30th, and I'm going to show you all. And one thing he told TY is that we talked every day. And we only talked every day from the 26th until the 31st, and actually until the 30th, because he didn't call me that Sunday. I actually called him to ask for a copy of his clearance email. And I'm just going to put this up here so you guys can see. You all can see, and you can see the dates. So you can see the 30 and the 31. These are the dates here. I just touched something, so I don't know if you guys can see it. It went out. But you should have been able to see it. As you can tell, let me see. Well, you see the 28th, the 26th, the 28th, the 28th. Well, you see that? The 29th, the 30th, and the 31st. Okay, we're going to start on the 30th. Those other conversations I will not share with anyone. They're for me if I need them. But these two I think are appropriate to share because this is just our last conversation and the one where he said he was vindicated. So I don't think that's nothing inappropriate. My suggestion, you don't have hold on one moment.
Because I was checking my channel periodically throughout the day. And
if you can't hear, please let me know, please.
So whatever they were trying to check, whatever they were doing, I guess they were doing it, they were toward the end of it yesterday. So later on, like sometimes I feel like somewhere around 2 this morning. You know what I'm saying? I had hit that link and it validated. It told me, it took me into my YouTube studio. And it just had my numbers like, it just ran like a started streaming, buffering the page. And then all of my data just started updating. Everything just started updating. All of my analytics just started updating.
Oh, that's good. So what that mean?
So
I say, so what that mean?
So basically, you know, my channels are still up. Ain't nothing going on my end.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, ain't nothing going on my end. So if anything occurred or whatever, it had nothing to do with me. It had nothing to do with me. So my channel's still up. They did a thorough investigation, a thorough search on all 3 of my channels. And all of my stuff, you know, my numbers had disappeared yesterday. My sub count, I couldn't see my sub count. First I couldn't see my sub count, so I was like, what the hell going on? You know, they're trying to, okay, they can shut my channel down. And then I couldn't see my views, you know, because I was going to go live from my phone and talk about the back to school drive for today. But when I had saw that before I had left the house the second time, I was like, okay, well, all right, they doing their work. They doing their thing. I ain't, you know. So I just think
it's good that you received the email because I didn't never receive an email. So that's good you got an email. I've never received an email or anything.
You never received an email or anything?
Nuh-uh. You know, I did my stuff live chat. So we were talking in the chat. And they just told me 24 to 72 hours. So, you know, I haven't received anything or heard anything.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I guess if they hadn't contacted, because it's been way up past 72 hours, if they hadn't contacted you or said anything, because yesterday was around the 72 hours. So if they ain't said anything to you by now.
I haven't looked at nothing today either because I just woke up.
Yeah. So I just want to let you know everything on my end. That's why I didn't do anything this morning. Because I wanted everything to finish updating. Because like on the other channel, some of my views were not showing up all the way. Now, all of my views on all of my videos are showing up, even the old ones.
Well, you know, you can do it how you want to, but if I were you, if that's been cleared and everything, I would let that shit go and move on to something else. Because you can't convince people of something that you know they don't believe, and I wouldn't really be trying to convince people of nothing.
I'm not, because that dude sat up there last Tuesday and said he vowed to try to hack into my emails and stuff like that.
Just because people say stuff, Mondo, that don't mean they're gonna do it though. Just because they say it. You know, this all y'all always keep hollering, this is entertainment, which this is not entertainment, but that's what y'all say. This is entertainment. So a lot of this stuff just could be somebody saying something. It doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, that's actually going to be it. Hold on, Armando. Hold on. Okay, Carolyn, you're going to hear yourself. Carolyn was my winner for the Massage Envy, and we were trying to schedule her massage. So you're going to hear yourself, Carolyn. 1 minute.
Okay.
Hey, Carolyn.
Hey, Cheryl. Okay, so they said that for you to call your home office to give them my name and phone number.
Okay, they already set up your appointment.
No, she said I can't set up the appointment till you call the home office and put me in your profile or put me in.
I think that whole line.
Okay.
That ain't the way we did it for Ernest, is it?
I couldn't remember. I remember it was something, but I couldn't remember. But you went on and paid for it.
I'll go ahead and call. Let me call, because see, where is it supposed to be?
It's going to be the Massage Envy in Kemah, Texas, Kemah.
I know where Kemah is.
Okay.
Okay. I'll call you back.
It's supposed to be today at 4:45.
Okay, I'll call you back.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you for waiting, Armando. That was one of my subscribers. I gave away a free massage, and I got to call and set it up. She said that they said I got to call and set it up. But when I gave it away for Father's Day, we didn't have that problem. So, you know, I don't know what these goddamn people doing. They just be saying shit, I believe. But they said I had to do it first. But they told me that it was best that she set up the appointment first, because I've given away massages and I have to pay $10 to transfer it, and the massage itself now costs $75. And sometimes people don't go and get their massage, so I just lose that hour. But I belong to Massage Envy, so I have, you know, I pay for a massage every month. I just don't go take them, so I have a lot. So I started getting them.
I ain't gonna miss no massage appointment. If I ain't had nail in years, you know what I'm saying? Besides the one that I get from my wife, I'm talking about like a professional one. I ain't had one in years. But I don't see how any, especially a female, I don't see how any female could want to miss a massage. I mean,
yeah, well, the people I know do, but this is just one of my subscribers, so she's trying to get hers, but I give mine to my family, you know. So a lot of people don't respect stuff if they're not paying for it. So they say they're gonna go, they never go, and then I end up losing that hour, because if they don't go, I should still have the hour, but because I transferred it, I don't have it anymore. But anyway,
it should, if they didn't go, it should just kick back over to you.
It should, but you know, it has not. These people do what they want to do. When I joined Massage Envy some 12, 13 years ago, I was paying $39.99. Now I'm up to $75 a month. And when I joined, I'm the only motherfucker still a member. My son gave it to me for my birthday back then. Now he don't even belong no damn more. But I'm still a damn member, but I don't never go. And so they let them roll over though. So I have over a year of massages. I just don't know. But yeah, I would just, people, all I was saying is just, you know, just because they say something don't mean that it's so. It hasn't happened. So I would leave all that behind me and start anew and go on and do my thing. And just move forward, because you got a lot to be happy about.
Amen.
That's my suggestion, you know. You don't have to listen to me, but if you dodged the bullet that, you know, you didn't supposed to get, then be happy and move on, and maybe everybody else will move on. Because if, since you're there, then give them something to talk about. That's how you can do it. I was looking at Uncle Shoot just a few minutes ago. I don't know if somebody flagged his video or something, but something happened that it was gone. But he played a song about Connie Sung, and that song was saying that you got some people that wake up at night to try to ruin your day. So, you know, people are just people. And the words say that, you know, people don't even sleep at night plotting. But, you know, one thing about plotting, when you dig a ditch, you have to dig two. Because, you know, the one that somebody planning to throw you in, shit, they're going to go right next to you. So, since you don't have...
I can pretty much take a guess who took that, who did that to Suge. He's the number one, he's the king clapper of YouTube, and that's Damn D. I knew, and I told Alicia, I said, damn, I kind of hate this Suge went at that dude, because see, Damn D, that dude is just like, he's the male version of Queen Regina. He knows what to say to YouTube and how to finagle and finesse them folks to get shit done. Because remember, he's the one that had Skinny Clap for like, man, they say he got that Skinny Channel Clap for 90 days. Take it down for 90 days.
Yeah, well, Suge know what he's doing, so he can, you know, clap, and he'll clap back. That's what they do, and that's why he said he didn't want to get into the beefing business. But he's number one in the beefing business, in the conscious community, so he know what he's doing. He not new to this, and anytime he decides to do something, he know the consequences. So he don't
I see he's moving back towards the way he was when I first came to YouTube, kind of like trying to provide a neutral platform for everybody to kind of come and voice their opinion and just speak, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, just voice their opinion and you know, not be any, kind of like what John Good was doing. You know what I'm saying? I like what John Good was doing too. He don't have no mess going on in his chat. And people get up on the panel, they're respectable, and it's a conversation, and ain't no beefing back and forth or whatever. So I enjoy watching. Well, he had to pattern it after somebody, and he used to be on Shugs, and he used to be on Kwamis, and he used to be on different people panels. So, yeah, you know, it's just a matter of people finding their own niche and, you know, operating and functioning in that niche. And you don't have to compare yourself really to nobody. If you just do your shit, and if you ain't got no shit, it's gonna come out in the wash. But if you got something going on, then just do your shit. Fuck what everybody doing, because I don't really care what nobody doing. I'm gonna do me, and me gonna be a success because I'm a success. I don't care what nobody doing. I didn't get on there to do none of the shit y'all do. I didn't get on there to roast nobody and all that. And for everybody that do, then stick to roasting and all that other bullshit. Leave it alone. I think when everybody inserted themselves that shouldn't have been in it, these people's beef, then that's where all the personal feelings came in and the vendettas, because didn't nobody get on no damn YouTube to outdo you. And if they did, then that's their own personal issue, and you can't do nothing about that. You just do you, and let them keep trying. But the bottom line is, if you don't have no haters, then, you know, you're not going to get no congratulators. Because everybody be like, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't doing something right in the purpose, you're not relevant. You ain't got no haters. That's right. So you got to have haters. And then what you let the haters keep hating. And you keep doing your thing. And that's the only thing I know, you know, to tell somebody is to keep doing your own thing. Amen. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Yeah, well, I would leave all that other stuff alone. I wouldn't mention nothing. I wouldn't throw no party. I wouldn't know. No, hell no, I ain't throwing no party. Doing all that to me is asking for people to keep fucking with you. But if you want people to quit fucking with you, then just don't mention these people. What they said, you keep your notes, and, you know, keep moving. And I think it'll turn out good. You know, you got a great show, so just keep it great. All right. Okay. Well, when I hear something, though, again, I will let you know. But I haven't heard anything, and I sure didn't get no email or nothing like that, so it's good you got an email. Maybe they're going to send me one. I don't know, but they didn't send me no email. Oh, okay. Well, okay. I'll just, you know, let you know mine. Because remember, mine was an investigation. Yours was just you know, you were just, I think, kind of like a complaint, a search or whatever. So yours was way more minor than mine. Yours was kind of like, thank you, Hitchbox. You're just doing your due diligence. Well, mine was like I had people complaining and stuff. Go ahead. Yeah, I don't tell them how to operate, so I would imagine they would investigate that video. You know, I'm sure it was the same operation if they're trying to determine if those, you know, views and things were accurate. It would have to be the same process, I would believe. I don't know. But whatever it is, I ain't got no email, I can tell you that. And so when I do, or if I do, however it goes, I will be sure to let you know. Okay, man. All right. Have a great one. Okay, you too. Bye-bye. Okay, now that's the conversation I told y'all we had on that Saturday. That's when he said that he was cleared and vindicated. Okay, so let me just veer off of that for a minute because I've been looking at Hitchbox lately. And Hitchbox, let me put some respect on yours and all the people that have honored me. I certainly do appreciate everybody. And then I'm going to say what I have to say.
Okay, and what Hitchbox has been talking about is us as a people accepting the unacceptable and running to destruction, or to hear about us destroying each other. When we started last year together on this journey, we all pretended and said we wanted to build and we wanted to uplift our people. It is so many things that we are deprived of, and that's why I want to share my journey. We keep hollering we black and we proud. As long as you keep hollering you're black, you're keeping yourself out of the human family. Black is a social construct. It's a legal status. So is white. But if you look in the Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition, it will explain to you what a free white person is. And it can never be a Caucasian. We are considered the free white people. But it's a legal status. They traded places with us. They stole our birthright. They took away our nationality. And they offered us Christianity. I used to be a born-again Christian to the degree that I believe I saved more people than Jesus. But I'm here to tell y'all, I have discovered in my studies that a lot of what we think is religion is not religion. The true study of religion is the study of nature and how the constitution of man aligns itself with nature. That's the true study of religion. Most of our leaders are Gnostics, and they believe in a book called the Kabbalion, and they come from a Gnostic point of view. They do that so that they don't buy off into what they're selling us. They sell us Christianity and racism to keep us divided and subservient. Real Chase, salute. Thank you for the super chat. I don't want to miss nobody. If anybody has joined me, Yam Sam, I see you, that I haven't acknowledged. Please forgive me. It is not my intent, but I don't really plan to be here. Well, I'm going to be a little longer than an hour because I think the next conversation, it may not be that long, but I'm going to play the next conversation, which was my very last conversation with this individual, in which let me know the night before that he really did whatever happened, he was a part of it. And I say that because of the interview with, he was on the Truth Channel, and TY went to defend my honor. And the way that he was implying and saying things was as if he was telling the truth. And then whoever Money Boy Trey is, I sent him an email to contact me, but he has not, because he really was putting it out there like, well, they're two grown individuals, and maybe, it's just between them two individuals, because he don't see nothing wrong with him buying subs and views and stuff. Big channels do it. But TY was explaining to him that I had no fucking clue, and you could tell by the look on my face. And that's true when I was looking at these numbers. Even 72 here lately is a lot for me. But you know what? When you look at all of the people on YouTube, and you started from nothing, and you're now at 1,300 and counting, and you actually get people to listen to you, and some of you are my diehard day ones, and you have been here and stay here with me. Even if Skinny come on, I don't care who come on, y'all stay here and listen to what I'm trying to give us as a people, because all of this kumbaya, getting together to build, that's not going to happen. Half of us can't even get together with our family on a Sunday damn dinner, because everybody is mad, or somebody's taking up somebody else's vendetta, and they don't have shit to do with it. But they, again, just like these beefs, insert themselves in some shit, and then people are mad at each other for years, and they don't even know why they're mad at each other. And then they come to find out, hell, they didn't even have nothing to do with it. It was their great-great-grandmama and them. And damn, how did we end up hating each other and mad at each other? So we're not going to bring people all over the United States, and especially we only know each other through avatars, or through, looking at each other in chats. And, the majority of the people have proven they love bullshit. I don't think this is no beef section. That's what I think people are trying to call it, because when we all came together, we were not beeping. Now, Kwame was beeping, and Skinny was helping him battle the beepers, But when we all came together, we came together on one accord, and we was moving forward, we thought, and we was going to help the children. You know, I think it's a lot of us that's got a lot of real life pain. And maybe for us, some of us, to get on the internet is an escapism from reality. But it should not be a way of life, you know. And we all see each other all times of the day or night in the chats. So again, I don't judge people. I just talk about them. I do not judge anybody. I don't have no heaven and hell for nobody to go to. So I can't condemn nobody. The way we view God is something in the sky that's taking care of us. But trust me, I have to beg to differ today, but you can believe what you choose. But what we know is it's written that when you were a child, you spake as a child, but when you became a man, you put away childish things. What that means, at some point in your life, you got to start knowing some shit. You can't just keep believing, because we can look at the condition of our people and know that something is not right about this system or the God system for us to be hated all over the world. There's a reason for that. And that is because we are the heirs to the world's largest estate. Unfortunately, we don't know that. We have no knowledge of civics. We may have one or two people, so I'm not ever speaking to the one or two. We have no knowledge of jurisprudence. We get colorable law. We don't get treated fairly. And we say it's racism. It's not racism. It's only one race. That's the human race. It's called hegemony. And that's one group dominating over another group. And so you have the 1%, the filthiest, richest people in the world, capitalizing on all of the little people. And that includes the European, some call them Caucasian, that's the Asian, no matter where you are, the Japanese, the people from the Philippines, the Filipino, all of the people came from a woman that looked like me. And we have got to get back into the order of matriarchy, not the black woman and the black man, because there's no black nothing. We're Asiatic, and we're Asiatic because we come from the land. The landmass is Asia. The entire landmass, before it's separated. And, you know, that may be hard to believe, but research it. We can't just stop at American history because that's his story. In order to find our story, we got to leave and go to world history. People all over the world know this truth. They're waiting for us to wake up. And some people believe we'll never do it. But as my great teacher that I listen to says, that pain is going to motivate us. And so when we start starving, because while we playing and bullshitting and hating each other on YouTube, they're not restocking shelves. And we don't have fresh fruit. In most areas, even here in Dallas, Texas, as big as this metropolitan is, in my area, we have what we call a food desert, meaning we have to travel at least 5 miles before we can go to a store that serves fresh fruit and vegetable. We have only little corner stores. And of course, you know, they used to be mom and pop stores, and we used to know the people that own them stores. But now none of them look like us. None of them speak our language. And the prices are exorbitant. But the only thing about that, because people do go in and they do steal, they have to raise their prices. And if we try to get a business, it's not going to be successful. We're not going to get the loans we need, the insurance, or the support from the people. And then if we mess up one time, then people will start hollering, I ain't going to never go to another nigga. But yet we go to the European no matter how they fuck over us. We just keep going back, hoping something is going to be different. But all people are people, so we can go to anybody we want. But we need to start measuring people, as Martin said in his speech, on the content of their character, not on their physical attributes, because beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So to be on YouTube talking about, oh, she beautiful. Oh, she the most beautiful girl in the world. Hell, that's to you, but somebody, she might be a nightmare. So, you know, we shouldn't get caught up in how fine she is, because I guarantee you, I started out a brick. Then I moved to a brick house. Then I went to a mansion, and now I'm a whole goddamn plantation. So, you know, I understand what it's like to be, oh, so fine. That means nothing to nobody but you. What you need to know is, what does she sound like? What does she think like? Where do he want to go? What do he want to be? Aspirations. We need to start looking at people, and we can't do that, most of us, because we don't have it to do. We want to be better people, but we just know how to want. Remember, we caught up in beliefs. We don't want to learn how to be, because it's a pathway set. You know, you'll hear people say this all the time. Children don't come with no book. Yeah, they do. They got all kind of damn books to help you with children. You don't want to read them. They have 5 love languages to learn how to treat people. 5 love languages. And do you know your love language? Some of us so caught up in sex. Sex is good, but hell, you can sex yourself. You don't need no help. You know, that sounds good and beautiful and makes for a good storyline for some goddamn body. But me, I'm not interested in it. It's not cute. It's not funny. And I don't want to hear it. I was molested as a kid. And when it came to me after I was married and I shared it with my ex-husband, wrong thing to do. You got to find the right people to talk to so that you can deal with your issues. And this has happened to a lot of us. Even happened to Kwame. He said it himself. He was molested. So that could be some of his craziness and why he does what he does. I don't know. And I don't pretend to know. I'm not no fucking doctor. I ain't no psychiatrist. I ain't no lawyer. I don't practice law. I don't give legal advice. But I read like a motherfucking, like I told this lady with a PhD. She loved to flaunt her intellect. Well, I just told her what I learned on TV and living. And what I learned was reading is fundamental, goddamn. So just because you pursued that PhD or ABC or BC or the whatever the fuck you got behind your name, I read the same books. So if you comprehend what you read, whether you get validated by somebody or not, you still obtain and retain the knowledge. And it is written that my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, not for the lack of jokes or friendship or relationships, but knowledge. And knowledge is power, more powerful than the fiat system that everybody thinks is money. That shit is not worth the paper that it's written on. We used to have what we call the barter system. We used to barter with one another. True money, according to the Constitution of the United States, which exists in paper only, and the Constitution of every state, true money is silver and gold. And we have none. Oh, you might get to buy you a gold collection of this one or that one, but they took the gold in 1933 at Jekyll Island when they came up with the Federal Reserve System. See, it's so much we don't know, and as a people, we so emotional. We talk out of emotion, and we put morals on everything. But morals is yours. They don't belong to me. Morality is what you see something as. When you understand that law begins and ends with you and what you say it is, as long as you're not hurting somebody and not letting somebody hurt you, you're following the common law. All other law, the statutes, the ordinances, the articles, all of those are colorable law. And they amend them and they change them and they write them the way they want to treat us as sheeple and cattle. It's called animal husbandry training. We see it with every beef that go on. If somebody was talking about some real good shit other than this shit, I wouldn't have half the people in here. And I don't condemn you for that. But I know that's why we haven't changed. And we're coming off the crack baby era. So a lot of people didn't get what we got back in the civil rights era. We used to be family. We used to sit down and eat together. Hell, all of us halfway had to sleep together because we didn't have money. Our parents didn't have good paying jobs. And when they did, they worked at the factories. And then, I don't know if you noticed, but a lot of the big towns that had factories, they start closing the factories down. That's a 100-year plan that was written 100 years ago. And they have people in place to carry it out. So it's going to always work. And then we got niggas running around here talking about the Bible just fulfilling itself. What the fuck? If I'm the one who wrote it, don't you know it's going to do what I said do if I put people in place to make it happen? We're going to have to wake up. When we were a people, before we were considered slaves, guess what? We didn't have no deity. We knew that the sun was the sun that gave life in the sky. and more abundantly. We knew that the moon governed the wombs of the woman and could tell the times when she cycled and when she was ready to be fertile to have, children. We can tell when the water ebb and flow. The moon governs that. The moon is in our womb. We are womb man. We're a man with a womb. And all of us hurt. You are our boys, our fathers, our brothers, our uncles. But you are us. You came from me. I didn't come from no fucking rib. We all have a belly button. So that's what I'm about on this channel. And many people don't want to hear this shit. See, I can't tell you that let's build no village. Hell, we don't even like each other. While you sitting up here building, all I'm going to be doing over there is giving orders. And I am that kind of person for real. I ain't going to do shit. Nothing physical. Now, I would give the money to help purchase the merchandise. But ain't no need of me lying. I ain't going to do no motherfucking work. And you have to let my people tell you, she ain't lying. I'm going to give out some orders. And then you're going to get tired of me giving out some goddamn orders and you doing everything you know to do to make this shit work. And I'm just going to sit there and tell you about how you doing it. And I don't even know what the hell you doing. I'm that person, So when you know who you are, then you get in where you fit in. And if you really want to see something change, start where you live and pick whatever it is that you want to do and make that change. Michael Jackson said he's starting with the man in the mirror. And he's just asking him to change his ways. No message could have been any clearer. If you want to make this world a better place, you got to stop and look at yourself and make that change. You can't depend on nobody else changing. It's called COINTELPRO. That's how we got sold out. All skin folks ain't kin folks. And all kin folks ain't for you. And it doesn't matter, again, about the melanin in my skin and all that good shit. We have the dominant gene. True that, because we came from the land. We're the people they call Indians. It's no such place as India. So there's no such place as Indians. Even the India where the people are now, they used to call that Hindustan. So they've changed the names of places and people throughout time. So we can't get caught up in that. But the reason why we are more Americans, not because we belong to the Moorish Science Temple, it's because of our bloodline from the Moabite woman. That's the only reason. It's good if you want to join the temple, you do what you want to do. But I find that all organizations are just that, organizations. And everybody wants to be the leader. No, we only can have one. Only can have one. Let's get back to the second part of this conversation. Now, I'm not going to sound too friendly on this conversation because all I did was call and asked, and my producer was with me on the phone. I just called and asked if you would just send me the email that you received. So it's almost at the beginning of the conversation. I had already said what I said, and then he started saying what he said, and I just asked him, could he send me a copy of his email that he received? And so let's go here. And so this one is not going to be as quiet and friendly. Please hit the like button. Please consider becoming a member of my memberships. And please accept the $5 challenge. You can give $5. You can give more. You can give less. It's your choice. But I'm asking for that myself.
Oh, yeah, but you can fast forward it.
No, wait a minute. That's in the middle.
That's not the point. That's not the point. And you're not being singled out. You're not going to play that bullshit with me, Armando. I done told you I've never accused you of a goddamn thing. So don't keep telling me that. I don't care what nobody else said. You do. And I don't blame you for caring. But when you talking to Shirley that, you ain't got to say all that bullshit because I ain't never accused you yet. But what I'm telling you now is I know you told a goddamn lie last night, and I got somebody called me and told me to look at that damn video when you said you called me way before now, and we talk every day. That wasn't true, and I don't even know why you said that. So you mean tell me ever since that ever since Tuesday, we have not talked everything.
We goddamn sure have. Yes, we have. We have.
Shot you and show you we have spoken.
You ain't got to do none of that shit. I got it on my phone.
All right, well, how the hell on my line?
You said way before that. You said way before that we talked. You said you just called me sometime just to see how I'm doing. That sweet lady. Armando, that shit you said, I didn't say that. But that ain't even got nothing to do with nothing. I asked you about a goddamn email.
Okay, so you said that, hold up. Listen, I watched the playback of that video, and I know exactly what I said. As a matter of fact, you know what? Stay right there. I'm gonna play it. Cause see, when you be saying that I be saying stuff, I don't know if you be half as listening or whatever, but I'm gonna play back exactly the part where me and damn TY was damn talking.
I don't want to hear that whole goddamn point. Just give me the point where I just told you.
No, because you just saying
give me the part that I just told you. I don't want to hear all that other shit. Just give me the part where I told you.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. From the time that he got up there, I'm gonna play.
No, I don't want to hear it from the time he got up there. I want to hear it from the time that you said, TY, do you know that I talk to Miss Toothless Tiger every day? Even way before this.
I didn't lie about that, did I?
Not the every day, but the way before you goddamn show did lie. And when you say you call me some mornings just to see how I'm doing and we talk twice a day, that was a goddamn lie. Those were lies, and you said that. So play it back to when you got there. I don't want to hear nothing else. You told me you weren't going to talk about this shit at all.
You're picking my words.
I don't know about no motherfucking y'all, and don't put me with no y'all, Armando. I done asked you that too many motherfucking times. Now, either you're going to either send me what I asked or we're going to say goodbye. But I want you to play that shit so you can hear it and I can hear it. So you can't say about me what you keep saying.
I'm going to play it now.
Let's play the part that I asked.
Okay, all right. That's all I need to know, bro. Like I said many times. I said, I'm going to read it. We're going to talk, keep talking. And like I said, it was never personal. So you can act like this shit is all personal. It is personal. It is damn personal. That's okay. You talking, and I'm talking. Go ahead, bro. You have never liked me, man. I never done your step.
Where is the point where you said, did you know we talk?
Hold on, because this is not on my platform.
But it's on your phone or whatever device you on.
No, it's on the laptop.
Oh yeah, but you can fast forward it.
I didn't even know you got to this interview of Rashad. Rashad is high, right? Yeah, it's her numbers never reached that. Even her, you see the facial expressions, watching the video, you see two precise facial expressions. I'll just use myself for an example. Prior to a couple days ago, I had only did 200 people, 197 max.
No, that's at the goddamn beginning. That's not where I'm talking about.
Average been 30 months.
I don't want to hear that from the beginning.
The video is up. You can go check it out for yourself. But I'm just trying to.
No, you said you wanted me to hear it. You just got to show it. But you got to fast forward it. I'll give you a second. You got to fast forward it. Yeah, because it's past an hour and 4 minutes. I can tell you that.
They bought subs of them. They usually have this thing called.
Because I don't want to hear that motherfucking money boy Trey.
I know it now. You know what? Why would I buy numbers for another individual and not myself? So listen, this whole thing, I mean, your money. Anyway, I know when a group goddamn reported me. Listen to what I was saying, but you weren't there to support me, bro. You were just there to watch and listen this week. Let me ask you a question. Is wishing death on someone on the panel and said it, or was somebody in the chat typing it? Okay, me and
go up a little bit or go back. It's gonna be up. I think it's past that.
Same thing, bro, is saying no, let's go your opinion on that situation come before. Grown men, they both got their own platform, right? So listen, guess what? Man, stop. Man, all before the interview. Hold on.
Yeah, go back a little bit.
Well, hold on, that ain't all of it. That's why I don't want to keep skipping past.
Yeah, go back just a little bit.
I is not worried. Why is that video on private right now? I don't know. This is the first thing I know about this situation. The video is still on private.
Now, let me put this on pause for a minute. Now, he was giving all that goddamn advice, talking about we two grown people and, let them do what they do. And he might, no, he didn't say he might. He said that even if he did buy him, it wasn't nothing wrong with it. He had all them opinions. But when he asked him, if I wasn't worried about it, why is it on private? Now, this is the first time he ever heard about it. So what did you have all them goddamn opinions for? That don't make sense to me. If you can make it make sense to me, I might could go along with some dumb shit. But I don't do dumb shit, so I can't go along with it. It ain't nothing nobody can say to convince me. Not at this point. Because I heard these lies.
Right now. Okay, but I'll speak with Tupac Tiger more than you do. I'm going to tell you why. Because if you did speak with Tupac Tiger on the back end, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. Because she would tell you, and me and her talk every single day. I call her in the morning just to tell her good morning.
That shit don't never happen.
That's what I'm saying. When I call, hold on. When I call you, the first thing that does come out of my mouth is good morning.
That's what everybody does when they speak on the phone.
Okay,
you call me just to say good morning. You ain't never called me just to say no goddamn good morning. But let's let it playing. Keep letting it play.
Well, you nitpick. But go, that make you feel good. Go right ahead. That's why I'm still staying in my lane. Me and Tupac trying to talk on the phone every day. So I got love for Tupac Tiger. I would never do anything. I look at her as like a aunt, bro. I call her for advice. Sometimes even long before the interview, man.
That's a goddamn lie.
Okay.
Now, you think you done called me before advice? When did I get your number before this goddamn interview?
Okay, let's rewind. We did the interview last Tuesday, right?
We did the interview this past Tuesday. When did I get your phone number? When did I get your phone number?
You got my phone number, I think, on the Wednesday when everything broke out between me and Random. And when everything broke out between me and Random, all right, remember the first time I called you that night.
No, you emailed me because you couldn't call me without my number. You emailed me and sent me your number.
I emailed you, and you emailed first, remember? I emailed you, and then you emailed me, all right?
That's correct.
You emailed me. And then
I emailed you back. That's correct. I'm not going to let you just say anything. I hear you telling your story, but just stick to the story. Because I told you, Armando, this is not your first rodeo with me, but I don't listen to dumb shit. Now, I'm not against you, and you keep on talking about, I'm going to stay in my lane. You told me you was going to stay in your goddamn lane when we hung up the phone, but you didn't. You went on there, you said you weren't going to have no watch party, but you did. You said, I'm only going by what you said. And all I asked you was to send me a copy of your email. And if you're not going to send me a copy of your email, just say you're not going to do that. Because we ain't got to go through all this other bullshit.
Okay, first of all, the celebration was from my best friend.
I done heard that shit. I looked at the video. It was for 1,000. I understand that. That ain't the issue.
When I woke up, when I was on the phone with you, I didn't even know he was anywhere near 1,000 subs. All right, when I hung up the phone with you, I didn't have no idea that he was anywhere near 1,000 subs. And I had told him, I said, look, man, you want to do the celebration today, or you want to just wait the next weekend or whatever. So this man was like, he is only on Friday and Saturday.
That's a beautiful storyline, but really right now, Armando, I don't give a fuck about that, and y'all shouldn't be quiet. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm talking about Shirley Bit. Fuck that, what you talking about. Fuck what you talking about, Armando. I'm not talking about that. I'm only talking about me. I'm talking about me.
I shouldn't celebrate.
I didn't tell you that. That's the shit you saying.
You know what I'm saying?
That's bullshit.
On his channel. That man will.
That's bullshit what you saying. I didn't say that to you, but I'm glad you saying it to me.
Everybody may
I'm glad you saying this to me.
on his damn channel.
Because you telling the goddamn lie again. That ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about, Armando.
Yeah, you just brought it up.
No, I didn't. I said a motherfucking watch party. I ain't said shit about your friend. You said about your friend.
I'm gonna do a watch party. Am I hurting you?
See, there you go. You see how you just switched? I told you what I said to you the day before, and I told you you shouldn't do that shit. You said you wasn't. Now you telling me you're a grown-ass man. I don't know what the fuck you are. You could be a grown-ass girl. I don't know.
Your watch party was not done on my channel. It was done on his channel.
But that don't have nothing to do with what we talking about.
So what's your problem with it?
No, you the one with the goddamn problem because you keep changing the subject.
Man, whatever.
It ain't no man, whatever. And I ain't no motherfucking man. So no, that ain't it.
No, I'm just saying y'all nitpicking on me.
And why is y'all at and you talking to me?
And when I do,
But why is y'all at Armando and you talking to me?
When I do come with receipts, y'all don't want to damn listen.
You keep talking about y'all and you talking to me.
I've been telling you all week, look, go do your research and find out if it can be
Armando, you know what? I believe you done it now, and I'm going to let you go, okay? I didn't believe it before, but I do.
That's it.
Right.
So I feel much better now that you all know what I know. And again, he can spin this story however he wants to. I have other conversations, but they're not worth me letting people listen to. Because he was lying all the time. He was just calling me every day to see how he was going to spin the next video he was going to make. And again, the only thing I can do with Armando is leave him alone. He can call it disparaging him. He can call it whatever he wants, but no, those are his words, not mine. That was my conversation. But he lied. And when I heard him lie, the day after I told him that I had contacted YouTube, he came up with this miraculous investigation. And then not only was the investigation miraculous, but they even miraculously cleared him. And I never got an email. Then I knew then that Armando did whatever was done, and I still don't know what. So Armando's story has been put to rest for me. I just needed to do that because I see he's not going to stop, and I'm not going to address this, but I had to do that so that you guys can hear for yourself, make your own determination, your own decisions. I'd like to ask everybody to make sure they hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed, and share, comment. Now, I also, like I said, was told that Random had dropped in my chat that he was going to go live. I don't like that. Don't do that ever again, anybody. I'm learning that, people are not who they pretend to be. I am a person, I'm very loyal, and I feel very deeply. I'm so honored that everybody see me like they see me. My son was very concerned how people would receive me, and he didn't want to read bad comments about his mom. And when he read my comments, he's so happy and overwhelmed. I'm honored. That's all I can say. And if I don't have but 10 people in this chat, that's good enough for me. I would love to have thousands. Could I handle that? I don't know. But I will give you what all I have. The issue with Random and I had nothing to do with Armando. The issue with Random and I, okay, I got you. The issue with Random and I don't even know if Random knew what the issue was. But the issue with Random and I is when I started and he started and we came together, I took a liking to that young man. He reminded me of one of my little nephews, for real. And he said that I reminded him of an aunt. Not a particular aunt, just a aunt. Salute to everybody that's came in. I can't call y'all individually, but salute. And I even called my son so he could meet my son because I was very, impressed with him. as an individual, not with the shit he has, not with the money that he made, not with the things he owned. I just liked him as an individual. And he said he felt the same. And after I did my first Sunday show, I did 3 hours, and he called me and asked me, did I realize what I had done? And I told him yes. And he said, do you really know what you've done? I said, yes. He said, I don't know if you're ready for this. And I must add that Random and Matt K took to me, and I took to them. And they were there to do anything I needed them to do for me. But after that show, when I would go into his chat, he started calling me Toothless, my elder. Now that shit was pissing me off like a motherfucker, but I didn't say nothing to him. But I didn't like it because we didn't have that type of elder relationship. You know, although I am an elder, I'm 63 years old. But hell, he's somebody's elder if they're younger than him. Then he said that twice. And, you know, I was taken aback, but I never said anything to him. And then one day I went to go in, and when I went to go in, I heard him making a story. And what he said was, I fuck with only so many people on here. And he named the people. He named Skinny. He named T.Y., Southside, Straight Talk, Armando Black, and Miss 504, and Talk with Rennie, or Life Talk with Rennie, or Rainey, or whatever her name is. He named her. And he said, all the other people I don't fuck with. They crazy, and I don't know what the fuck they talking about. So, you know, if you don't like it, fuck you. I don't care. I'm like that. I'm petty. And I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't hear Toothless. So I politely took my ass out, unsubscribed, and took my motherfucking wrench. I never said nothing to him about it, and would have never ever said nothing in life to him about it. Because for me, just like he said, fuck you, I don't give a fuck, I hold that same right. But when he came in the other day, like I told him, I don't hold grudges. I don't hate him or nothing. But I heard when he left here, and the way Mr. Skinny said last night that they was holding court about Toothless and Armando, and then someone said that it was like that we kind of got into it about that with him and Rashida. Rashida don't have nothing to do with this. This before she even came over there. This is just what happened to me and how I felt hurt by him and his actions. That's all that was. But he apologized. I forgave him, and that is for real. But, you know, my story, I tell that motherfucker myself. You can't tell my story. You can tell yours. And that's one thing I learned about telling stories. If you're telling stories that involve other people, you got to be careful, because what you consider open and your story, it could be betraying somebody's trust or telling their secret. And I understand that. I lived long enough to know that. You know, so I've seen a lot of people, they say they don't like each other, they don't deal with each other, but then they all on each other's panel, laughing and talking. They say they like you, but then they quit talking to you, and you don't understand why. So I see all kind of shit, but that's human nature. That happens in all walks of life. So that ain't nothing new. That ain't nothing new. But I'm a person that believe in order to have friends, you must first show yourself friendly. And the only way that you mess up with me is if you show me something different. That's the only way you're going to mess up with me. And my sister is in here. My daughter is in here. My cousin is in here. These people know me, and they can tell you this is me 24/7. This is me. And you can ask my sister how I feel when we're working on her case. And she can tell you how I get to screaming and hollering. And that's on the for real. You know, I don't take advantage of people. I've been bullied when I was a little kid, laughed and talked about. I don't ever want to make people feel the way I've been made to feel throughout my life. So I try to treat everybody the way I would like to be treated, unless I just don't fuck with you. And if I don't fuck with you, then I don't treat you no kind of way. I'm not a fighter. Had 3 fights, lost all 3. So I don't do stuff to fight. Now, if you just come and want to fight me, you're going to go to the penitentiary for the rest of your life. Because I'm disabled and I'm a senior citizen. And I'm going to send you there. And you can kill me. That's fine. I can't do nothing about that there. But I don't provoke people. But some people don't even like the sound of my voice. My tone ain't right. The way I say things. I can only be me. That's all I can be. But I can't let this boy, this young man, this whoever he is, tell this story the way he want to tell it. And then people take the story and spin it because they laughing at my pain. It's me today, but see, it could be you tomorrow. Because you never know how this stuff going to go out here in this YouTube world where everybody claim it's just entertainment. This shit ain't no just entertainment. And it ain't funny and it ain't fun no more. And Thick Cut, I don't know if the fact that people are so sensitive today because I don't know where the measuring rod is. I think people are just who they are. And we don't know each other. And we just start, liking each other and saying hello to each other. So we feel that we really have a relationship with each other. And we don't find out anything different until something is different. I don't know. But I'm a very sensitive person. And I've been since I came in the world in 1958. I'm a dramatic person. I over dramatize shit. That's who I am. But I'm going to treat you right. And I'm going to demand that you treat me right, or we not going to be around each other. It's just that simple. So now y'all know my last 2 conversations with that individual. And like I said, you can take it and use it however you will. My TV was on, and I don't know if you could see somebody in the background, but Uncle Suge was on. But it's on still now, and that's me back there. So I don't know if anybody played on my screen or not, but YouTube, I was not violating any rules to my knowledge. What I was doing is giving my side of what happened and interpreting it. And I understand the law of recording. And like I told Armando, our first conversation was probably the one I should have recorded, but I didn't. Because I told him I know people do that to people. So I'm not a deceptive person. You're going to know who you're dealing with when you deal with me. You're not going to have to guess, and you're not going to have to wonder. You're going to know who you deal with when you deal with me. Then you have a choice. Either you're going to deal with me or you don't want to deal with me. That choice is yours. And, I'm not going to be upset. I may miss a friendship or something. Love you back, Rashida. I might, I might, miss your presence or our conversations, when we talk all the time. But the only thing I had a hard time letting go of was a man that I wanted to be with. That was the hardest thing that I had letting go of. And once I mastered that, we all say, I don't want to be around nobody that don't want to be around me. That's a goddamn lie. At some point in your life, you done been in a situation where you wanted something more than the other person. I believe. Now, I know it ain't all or nothing, so maybe I'm talking to some people that ain't never experienced that. But as for me, I have experienced that, and it's not a good feeling, but it's one I learned to live and walk through. I was talking about the 5 love languages. They have books for children, 5 love languages. And you learn how to love a person. That's what it's about. Some people like to be, coddled. Some people like to be, kissed on the jaw. Some people don't want to be touched at all. Some people want to talk. Some people want to do things. Some people are spontaneous. And so the love language is that you learn that language of that person and you give them what they like, and then they learn your language and they give you what you like. That's what it's all about. That's in any relationship, not just a man and a woman. That's just in relationships. So I'm coming close to 30 minutes over my time. And what I want to do is to get ready to close. I want to thank Overthoughts for my membership. I got a new member tonight. Anybody want to join, please feel free to join. I will be trying to post more on my membership board. I thank you guys for becoming a member. I want to say thank you. And I need to put some respect on some people that gave a cash I want to thank everybody that um, accepted the $5 challenge and gave $5, and those that gave me super chats. I really appreciate it and thank you. Hitchbox, I would love to talk with you because I love what you're saying and what you're talking about. We may see a few things a little bit different because I learned today that not just this day, I'm talking about in today's time. I learned on my journey for the past 9 years how we were as a people before they called us slaves. A lot of the stories that they told us, they do not exist. And it's just like we ask people for receipts around here. They can't give us any receipts, but everything they demand of us has to be in writing. And that's why the statement is if it's not documented, it didn't happen, because we live under the law of contracts, admiralty, and maritime. And that's under the feudal system. And if you don't understand those words in their origin of definition, then you don't really know what's happening in this world and how we are trained like animals. It's called docility training. It's to teach you to be happy just where you are. A lot of things that we do because uh, you do what you do where you live. Oh, hey, lazy bone, catch the playback. And one thing that he did tell me that he was going to be clapping people that use his whatever. I've never been clapped or flagged, but it's my conversation. So if he needs to clap and flap and do whatever he needs to do, then I have no problem with that. I'll just have to fight that. But from here on out, I really won't be involved in no craziness. Um, I got on here for one reason, and that was to help uplift fallen humanity and to teach my people and all people what it's all about. Yes, thick cut, the crown. A lot of us don't even know anything about the sea, and we certainly don't know anything about some things. Some of the things I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing some Zoom meetings, and some would be with my members. I want my members, if y'all tell me what day of the month, once a month, we're going to have a members only session. I didn't want to do the Discord because I don't like that, but Gotti agreed to help get it started so that I could have one for my members, because I don't want to deprive you guys of not one good thing, and you all have been good to me and became a member. Also, I asked all of my members if you would email me, and you don't necessarily have to give me your home address if you don't want to, but just give me your name and your number, and I can have your email, because I will be giving away, like I said, a massage once a month. If you live in a town where they have a massage envy, I will be giving, and I'm giving them away, but actually I have to pay to transfer them, but that's on me. I'm just going to allow you to have an hour if you like massages, whoever wins. That's one of the things I do. And then I'm giving away discounts on all of my merchandise. If you don't have a spring or a spring tree or a tea or whatever that is with the t-shirts and stuff, if you don't have one of those accounts, you can't really display your merchandise. So I'm going to do a better way of getting my merchandise. I have it in a PDF, but I'm going to get some better pictures so that I can showcase my merchandise for you all to see, because I do have merchandise, and I have journals, coffee cups, I have cups, and I have t-shirts of the different kinds that I have. And I would like you guys to support me by purchasing the merchandise. This is a business for us. Even though we came on here for fun or whatever reason, the way it's structured, and now that they're allowing us to make money, this is business. And I treat it as such. This is not a joke. I would like for everybody to have a good time and feel comfortable here. I don't want you to feel picked on and talked about and fighting tit for tat. I don't want to hear other people's conversations. I will be blocking the name Armando, so we won't be putting that in my chat. Certain things I don't want to bring to me, because I really am about the uplifting of our people. And whoever, as it's written, whosoever will, let them come. And anybody that does not come, you're not condemned. I'm still going to speak to you and be happy and all like that. I do it all the time. But, I'm really here for one thing, and that's to help us learn who we are and to help us take our rightful place in society. Because soon, well, shit, let me not say soon. One day, I'm going to be gone. And so, people of my generation need to be imparting all that we can to the generation behind us. And so, a lot of us want to know, well, what about the people before us? They knew what they knew. And so, I hold nothing against them. Everything they taught us, they did it in honor and dignity and respect. And everybody we know wasn't good people. Some of them were no good, but those are people. We all are. And at any moment in time, we can choose to do right or we can choose to do wrong. A lot of people make decisions and then the decision may be against you. And then when it doesn't go the way they thought it should go, what they'll do is come back to you and say, sorry, I made a mistake. No, you didn't make a mistake. You made a decision and the outcome didn't come the way you thought it would come. But there are consequences to every decision that you make or you don't make. There are consequences. So I would just like to say to you all, I don't have a dog in nobody's fight. I don't hate Armando. I just don't have anything to do with him after what he has done to me and the lies he have told on me and to me. But I don't ask nobody. T.Y., I'm sorry, I said T.I., Lord. T.Y. did the most honorable thing I've ever seen, but I know every gentleman in here share the same sentiment. I know you all care about me, and I greatly appreciate that. It means a lot to me, my son, and my daughter, and my family. I'm not worried about all of talking about the Dachshund King and Queen. I'm not worried about none of that. I can't stop people from doing what they're going to do. I can't worry about people who say that's a crazy woman or a naive woman or a stupid woman or she looking for something for nothing woman. That's what they said when the things happened with Kwame. And none of that applied to me. But, these people don't know me, so they have to say what they say. But if you meet me, I am a loyal individual. I am a real individual. I have moods, good days, bad days. So I am a regular ass person. I don't pretend to be nothing that I'm not. I'm not always happy and smiling. I'm not, but you'll get more happy and smile out of me than anything. And then sometimes the way I sound, like I said, some people think I'm the meanest person in America, and I'm not. On that note, I just want to thank everybody who hit the like button. And if you didn't hit it coming in, hit it on the way out. Perhaps share it. And if you would comment on the video once it's going off, if you don't even say nothing but salute or put an emoji. I'm learning. I've learned what I've done. What this has done for me is taught me to start learning more about this craft. And the most skilled person is the best person to meet because then they can operate wherever they go. And so what I've been doing is taking some time and looking at some of the YouTube videos, telling you how to do certain things. All of those links that they gave me that was in the video last night, those links tell you how to read your analytics. And that's something that I wasn't really good at because I don't like numbers. Believe it or not, I was at the IRS for almost 15 years, but I don't like numbers. But most of it, I was on the phone, and then last 8 years, I was in the field collecting. And when you're collecting, all you need to know is where's the money. You don't necessarily have to know anything else. But with all of that being said, I want to say thank you all for coming. I hope you have a better idea and concept of what, transpired. I'm not going to discuss this again. It's not a joke for me. And, for those who need to joke and make videos, then you do what you need to do. But all I can tell you is today it's me. Tomorrow it could be you. And hunting ain't fun when the rabbit got the gun. It may, sound like it. It may look like it and giggle. But some of this stuff that's being said on this YouTube is not fun. And I don't believe that this is the beef sector. because we were not beefing a year ago. And I refuse to be a part of any beef. I'm just going to do me. And for those who come, I'm going to give you everything that I have to give. And on that note, you know my favorite line, I'm leaving the Tiger's Den. Please consider becoming a member if you're not a member. I have 3 tiers. Check them out. Please consider becoming a member. Good night.
This video was made for education and entertainment purposes only. There's no malice or ill intent from the content creator. So please like, share, and subscribe, and have a great evening. Good night.
I just want to leave y'all with this before you go. I see some people still here. You know, in our community, they said that snitches get stitches and no snitching. Well, I'm not that person. I'm going to do whatever it takes to protect me. And so you will always find me protecting me. I'm not going to harm anybody, but I am going to do what I do. You know, salute. Let me put some respect on that. My daddy taught us one thing. See, a lot of people think that Kwame Show is the only show that gave me my people, but I got people from Kwame, from We Are One, from John Crimes, from Uncle Suge, from Mr. Skinny, and True Results. I was blessed to be on all those gentlemen platforms. So I got people from all of those places. I would say the majority came from Kwame because he had the biggest pool. And I think they came because they heard me speak, not because I asked him for anything, but he allowed me to be on his platform. And when I spoke, they liked what I was saying. That's what I want to believe because that's all it could be. But on John Crime Show one night, we were talking about, they had a thing where all of the YouTubers got together in New Orleans, and this lady set this woman up. And this lady stole some money from somebody, but she asked her subscriber who walked up to her to hold the money, and the subscriber took the money and put it in her breast. Well, little did she know the person was going to discover that their money was stolen. And so when the person discovered that the money was stolen, they had cameras. Now, that lady that took the money did not know that the other lady stole the money from that woman's purse. And they had went outside and they asked about the money, and then they said they had cameras where the only thing that lady remembered is that the woman gave her some money. The lady who was the YouTuber who gave her the money did not confess to giving the lady the money. So the lady who was her subscriber, who was so in awe of her, ended up going to jail, losing her job, ruining her life. And that lady knew that she had stole the money. It all came out in the wash, but she had lost everything by the time everything came out. So John asked the question. He said he would have held the money, would I? And I told him no. And the reason I told him no is because my daddy taught us, don't never hold a bag for nobody. He said, a nigga will run up to you and tell you to take this bag and hold it for me. And soon as you take possession of the bag, here come the police around the corner, and you the one caught with the bag. So hell no, I would never hold the bag for you. I would tell it if I knew something to tell. And they laughed and laughed. They thought that was so funny, but it was so for real. I'm so for real. I don't have no partner in no crime because I ain't committing no crimes. Because I know partners do time. You know, somebody can always sell somebody out. So that is not who I am. And I just had to say that for the sake of those naysayers You know, first they don't believe nothing that you say, and you're pitiful for even accusing a person of something. And then if they should hear the person in their own words, then you become condemned because you had enough sense to memorialize the situation. Because you know, if this person appears to be a pathological liar, chances are great they're not going to be honest with you. Chances are great. And so, again, you guys heard it for yourselves, and I'm not going to keep you any longer. I want to thank you again. Please hit the like, comment, share, subscribe. And if you would, I'm going to also put down my song. If you guys would listen to my song and stream it for me, I would really appreciate it. O.D. Kimball, I call him O.D. the Great. He put my song to music. Let me put some respect on this. And we're also working on some more things. He's going to take some of my stories and put them to music. So you can stream them, just listen to them. That will help me. Or you can purchase them on Spotify or iTunes, different places. It's there. So with that being said, everybody have a beautiful night. And thank you so much. It has been beautiful. Goodbye.